Glock 17 Gen 4. It's infamous, everybody knows it, and it's what I'll be running for competitions now. It's nothing fancy. I haven't done anything to it except for the agency trigger here, and I'll probably be changing that out anyway. I'm going to see how a couple of test runs go within the next few weeks, and then I'll probably put a tactical trigger in there. I just think they're one of the best on the markets. I have a JagerWorks cut slide, currently no optic, but I will be running a new optic that's coming out. Hopefully I get that soon, and I can show you guys that and give my feedback. And then it just has the grip tape texture stuff on there, so we'll see how long that lasts. We're gonna run a cold start drill right now and go ahead, and I'm working on my arms not being as bent, and hopefully that goes well. And we'll also be running the practical shooting training book, get to B class. So a couple of drills and stuff from there, and then just basically testing this gun. Let's go ahead and do it. So we'll start 7 yards build drill as a cold start and just see how we do. Okay, it's only about the second time I've shot this gun. So that was a 276. So not amazing. It's also the first time I'm shooting irons, so kind of my height over bore is a little bit affected. I threw the first two high, and then the other ones were okay, but it was pretty scattered. First shot was in a 127, then about average of 3.0 splits for a cold start. I already don't like this agency trigger, but we'll keep running it and see what happens. Let me show you guys the hits. So my first two were high. This is straight where my vision went. And then I don't know exactly what happened. Brought it back and then brought it back in for the last three. So not terrible, still all on target, but I would like to be under a 2.0, but for a cold start, we'll keep it going. Now I'm gonna be working on getting my arms more squared up to the target, or I guess I should say less bent. So I've been shooting like this, when you can see my elbow is drooped in here, and I want to close that space and get a little bit more on it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do some doubles. Wow, that does feel good. Okay, so that does feel much better, to be honest. And those were in a 2.4, 3.0, 2.3. It's about a 2.3, so not bad. They're running 25 yards. This is kind of the first step to just slow precision long shot shooting, essentially. So I'll be down at 25 yards. Still shooting irons. I don't know if they're exactly lined up. I just had them put on yesterday. Shout out Ian. You know who you are. And either way, we'll see kind of what happens. I think I'm going to do more like 15, do 5 shots at 15, and then see how I'm doing, and then go back to 25. So we're going to do 15 and 25. Let's get it. These are my shots here at 25, kind of going around with iron sights. It's not great, and we'll see what happens. Basically just using this as a test run to make sure the gun still functions and everything is to my liking. And then when the red dot comes, we'll start running with that. So right here at 15 yards, continuing the get to B class, okay? And I'm gonna basically be, as soon as the timer goes off, I'm gonna slap the trigger or pull the trigger as fast as I can. I'd like to be under like a 0.23 for the most part, do a first shot. I'm kind of, it says at any desired distance, so we're going here and I'm at roughly 13 to 15, but it's not really what I'm worried about. I'm worried about just focusing on my tension on my right hand and seeing what my split times would be as far as when the beep goes off and you're already going to be pressed down at the target. That was a 2-0. That was a 1-9. That was a 2-4. That was a 2-1. One 9. 2-3. This is a 4-4, but not sure what happened on that one. Too early. Gaming it. Running some more build drills. Yeah, let's see. Full mag, loaded. See what we can do. A little bit warmed up now. Okay. Timer's fucking up. That was terrible. Terrible draw. Jesus. I'm not used to that trigger, man. And I'm getting a bunch of trigger feeds trying to go too fast. I do not like that trigger at all. Gonna have to switch that up. It's sticking real bad. Hits were good, 364. Oh my gosh. Nope. That trigger is terrible, man. Let's try to do some doubles. Nope. Don't like it. See that? It just wants to stop. Okay, so it's a little bit of an issue. I can't quite tell, make this clear, if it's my agency trigger that I installed, because I did, but it's just seems to not be running that well, especially with my tactical trigger compared to my tactical trigger. I may try to run that gun a little bit here and see if I can really feel a difference, but I know, I mean, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's a lot of trigger. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. It's too strong. So here's a comparison to my everyday carry. This is a tactical trigger. All right. It's a complete assembled. So here, nice wall. 1, 2, 3. Super clean. I've never had a problem with this trigger. It just feels awesome. I'm gonna try a build drill with this. Big difference. 382. Come on. That feels great. Okay, so I think this is a good lesson that a lot of people should hear about or maybe do themselves. I have plenty of ammo today, and I was planning on shooting a lot, but I really wanted to test this gun out, and I installed this Agency Arms trigger myself, and the trigger bar, I believe it's a stock Glock trigger bar, and then just basically the shoe. And I don't know if I did it wrong or I'm just not used to it because I'm so used to my tactical trigger, but it just feels terrible, and I don't really want to keep wasting the ammo that's expensive shooting it because I do think something is wrong with it. It's very inconsistent, and I don't want to keep shooting it. So I'm still here. I still have the time, and I'm going to just dry fire at the range. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you should be doing that at least beforehand or before most drills. And so I'm going to be practicing my draw and then two shots, and then a reload. And I'd like to do that roughly in under 2.5 seconds. So my draw time, I'd like to be about a 1.1, 1.2, and then a reload time at about 1.5. So if I can do both of those at about 2.5 seconds, I should be pretty happy. So I have my par time at 2.5. I'm going to draw, trigger twice, reload, not a tactical reload, and then come back up 2 times in roughly 2.5 seconds, okay? Okay, so a big thing I'm noticing as I'm reloading is not having my finger up top. I keep grabbing here and fishing around instead of looking where I want it to go and punching it in. So I'm gonna just practice some reload drills here now because my draw isn't amazing either. I don't think it's that consistent, that's for sure. But with reloads here, I'm going to set my timer on delay to, let's see, to 1.7. So at 1.7 on the beep, I'm going to draw, fire, and then be ready with the reload. And then when I hear the second beep, that's when you're gonna put it in and continue. So I'm gonna increase that to 2 seconds probably. Well, I'll do 2.2 just to give me a little bit more time to set up that magazine. Okay. See how low I grabbed this? That's not what I want. I want to be here. to conclude this video, I know it's short and not super entertaining, but for me it's very educational. Maybe it is for you guys, especially if this is going to be your carry gun, or it's going to be just a range gun. That's probably good too, but definitely for a competition gun, this will be my competition gun, is to go test it. You know, if you throw new parts in, I know T-Rex was talking about this a little bit ago. Everything is for the Glock format. That doesn't mean the tolerances are gonna fit quite well. And I installed this trigger myself. I'm not a gunsmith or anything, and that may be the reason why it feels so bad and inconsistent. Sometimes it's harder to pull, sometimes it's easier. And I'm probably just gonna buy a whole new trigger from Tactical Trigger. I really, really like that company. I think it's awesome. And then in my carry gun, that's what I'm running right now. Never had a problem with it, and it is amazing. So this is gonna go bye-bye, that'll come in. And I'm glad I didn't just go to a competition or have to actually use this in my house for some reason and not really know that. And it would have done the job, but it's not what I'm looking for. So yeah, go ahead, test your guns, make sure they work, and be safe, and fuck the ATF.